Hello, I'm Peter Towers, Managing Director of ESS BIZTOOLS. Thank you for joining us today for Members Alert. I hope that you and your colleagues in your firm are faring well and staying safe in these difficult times. We're seeing some light at the end of the tunnel with the federal and various state and territory governments announcing that businesses of various categories can recommence business. Thank you for your support of ESS BIZTOOLS and ESS BizGrants. I would just like to give you a summary of what's contained within Members Alert for the month of May, and to share with you some of our thoughts as to where everything's headed as we hopefully head towards the light at the end of the tunnel to get out of this crisis. The COVID-19 survival webinars, we started 4 weeks ago, and we've now presented 4 of those, and we're going to continue to present them on a Friday at 12 noon AEST. And you can link to the 4 webinars by going to the newsletter that you have for Members Alert, and view the comments that have been made by our keynote presenters who are affiliates of ESS BIZTOOLS. Business Plus May edition was uploaded to our website on the 8th of May, and we've tried to cover matters of interest, including assistance for exporters that the government agency has issued for exporters who have been affected by coronavirus, JobKeeper changes, determination of the 30% drop in turnover, some comments made on the tax officer's announcement, the alternative tests for JobKeeper, which were announced since our previous Members Alert. Directors, beneficiaries, partners may be eligible for JobKeeper, so we've summarised that for your readers. Research and development findings dates extended. Normally the dates that applied were 30th of April, which related to the registration with Oz Industry for work undertaken in 2018-19. That's been extended to 30 September. And the due date for applications for findings, approval by the tax office and Oz Industry, has been extended for the final reports and submissions to 30 September 2020. That's for the year ended 30th of June 2020, subject to a preliminary report on what the activities have been submitted to the tax office by 30 June 2020, and there's more details obviously within the newsletter. We've included in the newsletter the hotlines for contact with banks relative to the coronavirus SME guarantee loans. It's amazing how quick the hotlines got established. About 24 hours after the Prime Minister contacted the banks to complain about the delay in processing loan applications. And we've also got an article preparing for the end of the lockdown, which I would urge you to read and determine how you're going to implement strategies for what's going to happen with your clients' businesses as the lockdown is phased out and hopefully completely removed by the end of September. There are some very challenging times coming up that I would urge you to think about. In particular, business financing in general post 30 September. My fear is that banks are going to be allocating substantial amounts of money now to the small, medium enterprise market. They're already announcing in their interim performance reports that they are provisioning substantial sums for bad debts, which they anticipate occurring after 30th of September, when action can be taken against borrowers. I don't think there's going to be anywhere near the volume of government grants available after 30 September. The state and territory grants have been issued by their governments, probably 2 to 3 years supply of grants when you look at the monetary total. I suspect that both the banks and the government agencies will be retreating after 30th of September. So where does that leave your client who wants to expand their business, buy another business, gear up for something? Where are they going to get money from? I think now's the time to start thinking about it. Perhaps you should encourage more of them to be looking to access the coronavirus SME guarantee loans. It's a limit of $250,000, has to be paid back in 3 years. But where's the rest of their money going to come from? My suggestion is you have a good look at the processes for raising capital as crowdsource funding, and you have that in ESS BIZTOOLS product packages, because I think there's going to be more companies wanting to avail themselves of that opportunity, and they're going to need support. And the logical professional group to support them, to prepare the business plan, budgets, cash flow forecasts, predictive balance sheets, but also to guide them through the process. Crowdsource funding equity raising is a new concept, and the vast majority of your clients are going to need expert mentoring and guidance on how all this works. They will have to deal with crowdsource funding intermediaries. They will want some assistance in understanding what the intermediary's role is, what their powers are, and how all this fits together. So it's a great opportunity, but you're going to need to get ready now. And in June, we're going to start presenting some special training courses on crowdsource funding equity raising, and also on Section 708 and early stage innovation company, which is available for someone who's running a young company who has developed a new product, process, or service that would like to raise some capital. So even though the banks and the government loans might be a lot less familiar or available after October, I think there's an opportunity for you to assist some of your clients who have a vision, the willpower, and the leadership team to be able to properly utilize investors' funds. We've had 3 members webinars in the last 4 weeks since the last members alert, and you can click on and watch the webinar recordings. I'd urge you to do that. The podcast recordings are also available. Please click onto them. The upcoming members webinars, I would urge you and your colleagues to attend these. We present them to assist you, our members, to have an advantage in the marketplace, to be able to utilize the material that you have within ESS BIZTOOLS and ESS BizGrants to give you a marketplace differentiation. So please use it. If you've got other webinars you'd like us to consider presenting, please send me an email and we will place those concepts onto our lists. Businesses will be operating under additional stress. Are your clients geared to adding value to your service, to your clients? Are your services geared to adding value to your clients? We're presenting that webinar on Thursday, the 28th of May at 12 noon AEST. Using ESS BizTools to offer Chief Financial Officer services to your clients. That's been presented on Tuesday, the 9th of June. And grants, what is available, is being presented on Tuesday, the 16th of June. And each of those webinars is being presented at 12 noon AEST. I look forward to you registering. Bring your whole team and sit down and eat your lunch if you're on the eastern states. For those of you in the western areas, you know, in Western Australia, well, perhaps you have your morning tea. We've also got the deadlines for the government grant applications. Please review these if you're preparing government grant applications for your clients. So thank you very much for your support of ESS BizTools and ESS BizGrants. We do appreciate your ongoing support. We do not take you for granted. We are continuing to work to develop material and new product packages, which we'll be launching in the near future. But in particular, we want to help you to be able to guide your clients by assembling a group of experts who are our affiliates to be able to present the COVID-19 survival webinars, which, as I said before, are on a Friday at 12 noon AEST. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you again next month. Have a great day. Goodbye.